to ask, who is an entrepreneur? Who is a startup in the room? Could you put up your hand? Okay. So not too many, but we would like to help entrepreneurs. So I'm William. I'm from Belgium. Nobody is perfect. That makes me a very good international citizen because our country is very small and more than 50% of business is international trade. So I will speak to you about EIC Scaling Club, but first a few words about Tech Tour. So Tech Tour is a platform across Europe that connects startup high-tech companies with investors, both financial and corporate. Every year, more than 1,000 individual specialist investors review more than 3,500 applications of companies that are then presented to them. So we have 25 programs, and in the last 7 years, the 3,600 companies that were selected raised more than 20 billion. Average rate was 76% of the companies raising money. 78% of the money that they raised was after they were at Tech Tour. And the average rate of fundraising is 8 million euros or $8 million, more or less the same. So this is very much at seed plus Series A stage, the moment that a startup really starts to scale. So we have a lot of experience in this area. We have been doing it for 25 years. And what I'm going to present now is actually our next 25 years, and we want to do it together with Webrazzi. So the Scaling Club is funded by the European Commission. It's a very incisive program. We don't want to go for quantity. We want to go and support the best companies from the European Union and 11 other countries that are associated with Horizon Europe. Turkey is the most important one. Ukraine is the second one. Israel, Canada, New Zealand is part of this. So this is 39 different countries, 38 different countries that are working together to support 100 select deep tech companies. So these are not software companies trying to make some application. These are companies that want to be 1 billion euro in terms of solid valuations beyond any market downturns in the next 3 years. How are we going to do it? By focusing on 10 different global challenges. You see 3 on the top left, which are in the digital space, 2 at the bottom left that are in healthcare or life sciences, and all 5 on the right are in climate tech. Energy, materials being very important, and also agro-food sector, which is very important for the world. I'm not going to go in a lot of details. I'm going to share some examples here. The way we're going to do it is not in an acceleration program. Building a real unicorn, a company that goes public on the stock market, is accountable for all of its shareholders, all of its staff, all of its customers, to provide the best product, the best service, and to continue to do that in the future, acquire itself companies. And being a responsible citizen in the world is not done in 3 or 4 months. It requires to accompany the company, it requires the company to be accompanied, to be guided in a very strong setting. The way we're going to do it is through collaboration, but just to show a few steps, first of all, we want to connect them with the right key shareholders, stakeholders, partners, customers. Second, we want to help them and challenge them on the strategies, or they will challenge themselves, actually. It's developing the right contacts globally. It's not just European, globally. Giving recognition and visibility. European companies, Turkish companies, not visible enough across the world. This is what we need to change. And finally, of course, regulatory regulations, reimbursement is very important. And finally, of course, entrepreneurs don't have time. They work 7 days a week, 12 hours a day. So we need to help them to be more effective with the time that they have and achieve the results. So these are just some examples of what we worked on already. So this is not the first time. This is not the first time project. Tech Tour and TechEU and Webrazzi have been working with the European Commission for many years. And anyway, I'm just going to give one example. I'm just going to go back one slide because I missed this one. So this is a collaborative platform. So the entrepreneurs are in the middle it's the red rocket. They are supported, yes, by mentors, but the mentors are not people coaching companies. They are board members of NASDAQ-listed companies. People with a lot of experience, people with a big Rolodex, big network of relationships, not just contacts. That if they trust the company, they will make the right introductions. There were here representatives of the largest bank of Turkey. There was a representative from Turkcell. This is the introductions that European companies need when they come to Turkey. And of course, thanks to Webrazzi, this will happen. So this will happen with 500 members. So all the leading investors, not just in software, but in deep tech. Not just corporations, but the leading corporations that are based in Europe. Companies like ST Micro, which is the leading semiconductor company out of Europe, or pharma companies like Novartis or GSK. All government agencies that are responsible. TÜBİTAK was mentioned by the minister, so they will be part of this, etc. So 500 members that collaborate, not to favor themselves, but to favor the companies. So this is the sophisticated methodology that we've put in place. Just to give you some example, this is a person that we worked with in the last 2 years. Smart Photonics, I'm sure nobody knows. It is the next ASML. It's the next TSMC of Taiwan. ASML is the largest company in the Netherlands by market capitalization. It's more than 50% of Euronext in the Netherlands in terms of market capitalization. This company in photonics is creating so-called photonics integrated circuits. You all know about semiconductors, which is electronic integrated circuits. Photonics is doing it with light, with photons instead of electrons. If you can do this, you are 1,000 times, 10,000, 100 times faster than a semiconductor, than a chip. This is what these guys are working on. Every year they raise more than 100 million. They already have received more than 250, 300 million just from the Dutch government. They have partnerships in place with most governments. The US government has singled out this company for protection. It's not allowed to work even with China. This is so strategic. It's just one of the examples of one of the 100 companies that we will work with. So, just take a picture. This is where you can join. You go directly to the website. As Arda kindly said, we are the coordinator. We do this in collaboration. We are very proud that Webrazzi is a partner. We are going to work together in the EIC, Scaling Club, but also in other areas. So these are some of the other areas where we will work. So this is a methodology that's not limited to what the European Commission is doing or the EIC. This is a methodology that can fly in other sectors. I give you an example, advanced geothermal systems. As you know, geothermal wells are very important in Turkey. I think there are about 3,000 or 5,000 of them. It's the leading country in the world. In the Netherlands, they have 30. But they are working on advanced geothermal systems, which is drilling down 5 kilometers. And when you're down 5 kilometers, it's 1,000 degrees all the time. So there is permanent energy that you can do everywhere in the world, not only in an area where there is volcanic activity. So we will work on a scaling program, selecting 12, 15 companies that are the best worldwide. This is not about Europe. This is about being worldwide leadership. And supporting these companies to be the leaders in advanced geothermal systems, which is this 5 kilometer down drilling. This is just an example, all the others we're doing. If you're interested, here is the email, write to me. As the minister said, Webrazzi and Tektur are very open. Please speak to Arda. He's much better connected than I am in Turkey. But I'm also very open, so please write to me. And we are looking to work with select partners, of course with the leading bank, of course with Turkcell and many of the other key players. And we are doing this in collaboration. This is a collaborative platform. Nobody creates these superstar companies on their own. It's a collaborative effort. Thank you very much, Ardo. Big round of applause for you.